Now we are ready for the fun stuff, actually doing domain and range. So I've only got 5 minutes, so I have to be as concise as possible. So we've talked about at this point, domain, at some point in your life, domain is going to be all of your possible x values, and domain is going to go from left to right because it deals with our x-axis or all of our possible inputs, which again means x values. So I've got this black paper here, or this black screen here, and I have the ability to slide this screen from, I can slide it anyway actually, but because I'm doing domain, I'm going to go from left to right. And I'm going to go as slowly as possible because what I'm looking for is as soon as the picture of my graph starts, so here's the picture of my actual graph, I need to indicate where I am on my x-axis. Let's use red. Red is much more vibrant. And then not only that, because I'm using my x-axis, I'm going to highlight, I'm going to drop a straight line straight down to my x-axis so I don't forget what number I landed on. And I'm going to keep sliding my black screen over because I'm going left to right, left to right, left to right, left to right, left to right until I run out of, oh my goodness, you guys, I've run out of graph. Yes, I am always this animated, but I can't be too loud because my daughter is sleeping. Shh, don't get excited about the domain and range. I need to go over a little bit more. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to circle this because this is kind of like my ending value because that's where my picture has ended. And I'm going to highlight. I want to keep it consistent. I would like a yellow highlight. And because I'm dealing with my x-axis, I'm going to highlight until I see the number on my x-axis. So now I can clearly see the numbers that I've highlighted is -5 and +5. And that technically would be our domain. However, if you notice, these are not endpoints. These are actually arrows. And in previous video, we talked about those arrows means that we could have kept going. So if I had a bigger graph, I could have gone to -6. I could have gone out to the left further. I could have gone to -6, -7, -8. It could have kept going and going and going. But my screen's only so big. So instead, I've got a little arrow. And what we're going to do is we're just going to call that negative infinity, simply because that's what that arrow means. And same kind of thing is happening with your 5. So I've got this, even though I did highlight my 5, I have to take into account that there was an arrow there to begin with. So that means that could have been, I could have kept going if my picture was bigger to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You catch my drift. It could have been positive infinity. So when you go to write your domain, remember you want to make sure you are listing it from least to greatest. So I'm going to actually list this out really nicely because I do have that ability. So there's a little equation you can put in. And from left to right, from least to greatest, I've got, that's not negative, I've got negative infinity. And we talked about we can't really include infinity because it's not a number. It's a concept, so I can only use my less than symbol. Since it's domain, I use the letter X. And then I have to put my second, my largest value, another X is less than positive infinity. And that is technically, so here the third section, that is technically how you have to write it when you want to say negative infinity to positive infinity. Both of your symbols are going to be a less than. Don't do anything weird and like mix your symbols up because you would think if you were talking about actual numbers, you would say -5, 0, +5. And if you list those from least to greatest, -5 would come first, 0 goes in the middle, +5 goes on the left. So all of those previous numbers are still less than the bigger. Please do not mix your symbols. I'm going to do range in a second.